we are back, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on? Yes, it's your boy DJ MC. Chicken. Jag, and you know what? I'm with my boy. What up, Steez?
Castle, and it is March Madness season.
Madness.
And that means we had to go ahead and do what the Dissect DJs do and break down a classic movie of that genre. And you know why that is?
Nope.
Because we're the DJs that like to spin it, mix it, throw it back, and dissect it.
Dissect it. And what movie did we get into? I know, but I wanted to ask you so it sounds good for the podcast. You know how it goes.
Blue Chips, the 1994 basketball film that brought us angry Nick Nolte, representing every college coach in America. It brought us a cinematic display of how college rules were enforced. It brought us Penny Hardaway. And it brought us young Shaq.
Young Shaq. And Shaq, we're going to talk about it, but my goodness, he was looking skinny and fit, and I did not want to mess with that, man.
Young Shaq was a menace.
Menace, man.
He was an absolute beast. He was a terror. Brought me back to my childhood because I grew up with him being my favorite player. And, you know, I'm a Laker fan, but like
we both had that.
Yeah, I mean, how do you not love Shaq watching him as a kid? Like when he was all young and he's tearing it up. He show up in movies.
Yeah,
putting out
that's the key. I
albums,
think it was because he was showing the movies.
Shaq Fu and stuff. I just think he was just like a lovable character, just all around. Like his persona. Like everybody that knows Shaq now, you know, everybody has years and years of like tape on Shaq of like what they remember him as. Now he's his own personality. He's like Snoop Dogg with it, where he could just show up anywhere and be beloved. He could just go do something entertaining. He's very charming and witty, and like he could just like pull off any kind of form of media that he does.
But do not laugh at him if he gets called Shaq. Have you ever seen that clip at SportsCenter when he does the eye when he tries to look? He does.
When he gets called Shaq?
Not Shaq. Shrek.
Oh no.
You ever seen that? I'm gonna send you the clip. You're gonna try to put it in if you want to put it in. But I'm just saying, there's a clip at SportsCenter or whenever he's doing the NBA thing, and somebody's like, "You look like Shrek," and somebody in the back goes, "Ha ha ha," and he goes.
Who do they mistake you for?
I went to
Shrek?
I went to
that was really good. That was really good, man.
You laughing, Anthony?
That was really good, man.
Anthony was not laughing.
Yeah, he was laughing. So funny, huh?
That was good, man. That was quick. It was good. It was quick. Who do you get mistaken for?
Come on.
That's funny.
Oh, he didn't like it.
Shrek.
Shaq is upset, man.
Come on, Shrek.
Oh!
Time for Shrek and a Fool.
Oh,
Presented
man.
by Hotels.com.
Ernie, you better, Ernie, go. Ernie's on you, man. He's on you, man.
Something funny?
Ain't nothing funny, bro.
Pissed off.
He
Do not
is
call him
actually
Shrek.
incredibly sensitive in this day and age. Like Charles Barkley, like points this out all the time because he gets so mad at Charles. Like I don't know if you ever watch.
I watched
like,
it.
NBA
I've
on
seen
it.
that. Charles knows how to get
Inside
under
the
his
NBA,
skin.
yeah, and he gets like so mad, like he gets legitimately angry, and he just starts like throwing vicious like barbs. And the way Charles always says it is like he knows it gets Shaq when he immediately goes to like the ring. So that's why I won 4 championships. How many you win, Chuck? You got nothing. That's right.
That's what he
That's
does.
like he's just like I'm the winner of every single argument because I won 4 championships and you didn't. You know.
Yeah, I mean that is a Charles. You know.
But my point is getting to this. I know that you can never ultimately feel like you only have when you have that card to play on you every single
always
time.
have it, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough on Chuck. But at this time, what I want to like explain to people was like in the early '90s when Shaq was this new person that was on the scene and he was just tearing up rims and backboards, eccentric NBA player joining the Magic. And when this movie came out, he had been in the league for about a year. And so this was just like they caught him right at the beginning of his rise. And it really is what makes this movie stand out and be remembered, I think, as a very rewatchable film.
I'm pretty sure I saw this as a kid, and I'm pretty sure I fell in love with the Orlando Magic because Penny and Shaq were the reasons I loved Orlando, and also the reason I hated on Lakers once Shaq went to Lakers. Was like they took my team away, but I don't really remember why I liked them other than Penny, Shaq. But I think I remember seeing this movie with my dad and then be like, I love them. I'd seen them on a movie, and now they're in the NBA because it says it at the end randomly. They're like, they're now NBA stars.
Yeah, but they were talking about the characters in the movie.
I know, but just in my brain, I was like, that's the characters. Like as a kid, you don't realize that that's not the actual same characters. You're just like, oh, they're in the NBA. So Penny and Shaq were in the NBA from the movie I saw, and then I fell in love with them, and I'm pretty sure that's when my connection with Orlando Magic early in my career was.
Did you know that this movie is very much the reason that you had a Penny and Shaq-led Orlando Magic.
Is that really true? Or is it?
Yeah, so check it out. Here's the timeline of how this movie was made. So Shaq gets drafted to the NBA in the summer of 92.
Okay.
Immediately his rookie season, he's just an absolute device. Like, he takes over the league. Like, how could you not? You got a 7'1" big man who's like as big as a house and athletic as all get out. Early Shaq was so devastating because he was just,
He was quick.
He was quick as hell.
However, in the movie, did you notice they said he was 7'4"?
Yeah.
They brought him. I was like, what, 7'4"?
I don't know why they had to say he was 7'4". Like, yeah, I guess, I don't know.
Get crazy with the stats.
There's that one part where they have the fake introductions of all of them. They're like 6'9".
He's like, Coach, I'm not 6'9", I'm 6'6".
Like, oh yeah, you're Western now. Yeah. Like, I guess we just lie about ages
7'4".
Here. 7'4".
Wemby status.
Definitely, yeah. It's way too needlessly tall. It's Kareem.
7'1" would have been fine. They could
7'1" is good. Yeah, he brings enough force in the other areas that, like, his size is tremendous. So they filmed this movie in the summer of 93. Penny Hardaway is coming out. He's going to be in the draft that year. Orlando Magic have the number 1 pick.
Okay.
So Shaq doesn't really know Penny until they film this movie, and now they're working with each other, and they're playing all this basketball together. One of the things about this movie is that I've seen in some research is, like, the games were very much, like, hard played because they had a bunch of, like, real players out there. All the people in the games, so there's a bunch of, like, real NBA players in the games.
What were some other ones that were there?
You had Allen Houston,
Okay.
Bobby Hurley, Calbert Cheney, George Lynch, Rick Fox makes an appearance.
Wow, okay. So
Yeah.
they had some real players
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
there. Okay.
And a lot of these guys were, like, just getting in the league or, like, even still in college at the time. And what was weird is that they had their real names, but they were on these made-up teams. And they had real coaches. They had Rick Pitino coaching Western Texas.
Indiana was in real team.
Except
though.
for Indiana, which is weird. I don't know why. If you
And
could
they had
get
the actual coach, too.
and
from
Bobby
there.
Knight,
And
yeah.
Bobby Knight, yeah.
Which is interesting because I feel like Nick Nolte's portrayal of Pete Bell was very much, like, supposed to be like the Bobby Knight type. Like, you're playing Bobby Knight ultimately, who then ends up in this movie, and you're looking into a mirror. Like, so if you're going into a movie being like, I'm gonna play a version of Bobby Knight, and then he shows up in the movie against one another, it's like a mirror match in Mortal Kombat. I don't know. Kind of an interesting play there. I don't know why, if you get Indiana's rights, you have to bullshit around the rest of the movie and be like,
they can only pay for one right.
Coastal University. Their school is called Western, and then the first game they're playing a school called Texas Western. It's like, really, guys? That's as creative as we can get. It's just another state of Western.
But if they could pay for Bobby Knight and the Indiana, and that, I guess, made it seem super real. Because I remember Bobby Knight being a huge coach back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
And but yeah, let's talk about that real quick. Can we go into the coach, or we don't?
We'll coach it. Well, I was explaining the story as to how Shaq and Penny met on the set. So they're playing, like, real hard basketball. Shaq has great chemistry with Penny on the court, right? So he's like, dude, I love playing with this guy, Penny Hardaway. And he's telling the Magic, I want you to draft Hardaway with your number 1 pick. Same time, Chris Webber is coming out, famous from the Fab Five of Michigan. He's, like, the top player in the world.
Oh, wow.
Like,
So
everybody's
they skipped on Chris Webber to get Penny?
No.
Oh, okay.
They drafted Chris Webber with the first pick.
Okay.
And then after that, I don't know if Shaq kept pushing for it or they had that in their mind. I think that they went around then being like, all right, let's see what we can maybe get. Let's mess with I believe it was the Golden State Warriors. Let's mess around and see what we can get from them a little bit. Like, hey, we got the best player in the draft, but if you give us, like, 3 draft picks or 4 first-round draft picks, we'll give you Webber, and we'll take Penny Hardaway. And they end up pulling it off. And this is all seen.
That's a chess play and a
They
half.
did a whole 30 for 30 on this on the Magic, and that's where I learned this story. And Shaq talks about, like, oh, my God, they did it. They did it because he didn't want to play with Webber because that's 2 big men filling up the paint.
Yeah,
he wants to play with Penny, who's like a 6'8" guard who could, like, kind
I
of
don't know, but
get him the ball.
Twin Towers of those two would have been nasty, though.
I mean, how nasty were Penny and Shaq together?
I know, but I guess they could have finagled a way to keep Webber. No, I guess not. They had to throw Webber in for the mix. Okay.
It would have been an interesting play, but, like, I mean, that
And then
team got all the way to the finals.
Penny came in and was killing it.
He
out
was
the gate.
killing
He
it,
was
man.
killing Michael. And yeah, he was
like all NBA in, like, his second year. Like, he was a
Okay.
big deal at the time, and, like, like, yeah, he was kind of like a lanky point guard who was like had size but could also like do it all. Like that was a nasty combination that dominated the mid 90s and made the Magic a perennial like lovable team. Like me and you were both fans of them. They had cool colors.
Yeah.
Random new franchise
yeah.
on the market. They had cool jerseys. I had a Penny Hardaway jersey. Yep. The blue one with the pinstripes. I love that. I probably still have it somewhere.
Space Jam Basketball Jones. And it was like Penny's like little
Pennies in it with Chris Rock's voice. Yeah, exactly. He was a big star at the time. So, and it all gets thanks to this movie because this is what put him on together. But yet, the star focal point, grumpy, angry as fuck Nick Nolte, who just portrays like every coach. Literally, the first scene of the movie. I fucking love the first scene of this movie. We start off in the locker room.
Hits hard. He comes in yelling.
Just comes in, just
cussing.
Tears the place to shreds. Just telling him how much he hates everyone.
Yeah, throwing shit.
He's just you don't deserve to wear these uniforms, and he just like starts tearing shit up. So I actually realized I have never actually watched Blue Chips before last night.
I definitely have seen this a couple times. This is one of the few times, by the way, on Dissect DJs where I have seen a movie and Castle had not, especially when it comes to sports. So that when he told me that, I was like, "What? You never seen Blue Chips? That's crazy to me."
I've seen parts of it before, and I was aware of it when it came out when I was a kid and everything. But like, I never actually sat and watched it front to back. So I watched it last night, took my notes as I do. And I immediately this first scene is hilarious to me. Like it looks like a comedy with this first scene. But what I realized when I watched it back, and then I had some time earlier today, I watched it again. I thought that this was like him coming in at the half to like talk to the team. And like they had the worst half ever. So he's like tearing them to shreds about like how lousy they're playing. This is before the game. This is before the game even starts.
No shit. I didn't know that.
He's like talking about how like tonight we're about to show. He's like, when I look at this team and I think about the way you guys play basketball, I want to fucking throw up. You know what? You don't deserve this water cooler. Get this out of here. Uniforms, guy. Like that guy absolutely hits his kids. The way he like walks right into them and he starts grabbing shit.
That's a crazy way to start a game.
Who is that inspiring? So then the crazy move is that he then storms out.
Coaches are like, all right, guys, let's get ready.
Storms right back in. He's like, and another thing.
But doesn't he come in calmer the second when he comes in?
No, not the second time. He's like, I just have never seen such a bunch of losers try to play this game. This is pathetic. Western University used to mean something. You figure it out. Fucking storms out again. And they're like, all right, guys.
Coaches come in like, all right, let's
and another thing. He comes back in for a third. When he does it the third time, I'm like, okay, this is straight up a comedy sketch now. Like, you could show me that scene and be like, all right, this movie's going to be a comedy, right? Like, I feel like we're going to get comedy chops out of that. There's like, that's the last time like anything funny happens in the movie. Like, it literally ends right there. And you realize like, oh, this coach is just a meeting.
Just how goddamn bad can it get? This is by far the worst team that has ever sat in this locker room. You son of a bitches! You don't deserve a locker room. You don't deserve a locker room the way you're playing here. You should be playing without uniforms. You should be playing in with jock straps. God damn it! Every time we get ready to play, I just want to throw up. I'm goddamn sick of watching you guys play. There's not one of you that's learned how to win. We got hammered the last 4 games. And it stops right now. If you keep playing the way you're playing, we're going to get our ass beat again tonight. So depressed, I don't even want to talk about it. I'm through fighting, you sons of bitches! You're the dumbest team I ever coached. You guys think of something.
All right, guys. The door's ready.
Honestly, Christ, I just want to go home and cry when I watch us play. Don't you boys understand? Don't you know how bad I want to see this team play? I want to see this team play so fucking bad I can taste it. Honest to Christ, you boys, the only joy I have right now is I only have to watch you guys play 2 more games. God damn it!
right, guys. Let's start thinking about the game. Start thinking about what we're going to do out there.
I can't tell you how sick I am of basketball right now.
When he keeps going to the churches and you're like, oh, I love this church. That's a funny,
That's on par for one of the whitest moments ever. And just a great example of what these coaches do to try to recruit. He's like, oh, yeah, you go to this black church? No, this is my style.
This is my shit. And then he goes to the other guy. He's like,
and Shaq, no, he's
First Baptist.
He's there with Shaq. Oh, yeah. So he's got two different types of Baptists that he's trying to recruit, but he'll sell them whatever they want to hear, you know? Shaq's just looking at him like, who the fuck is this white for? He's like,
there's no way you were part of this.
Oh, yeah. We used to
Everybody's
get
in
down with
rhythm.
these every Sunday.
And he's offbeat. Is everything. It's so funny.
The whitest thing ever.
Well, everything is culturally biased, Neil. I'm just trying to get you in college.
If I couldn't play basketball, would you be trying to get me in college?
No.
At least you're honest.
What kind of church is this?
Assemblies of God.
Pentecostal? Hell, I grew up in the Pentecostal church.
So, do you feel like basketball coaches are like the angriest version of coaches that we have? Like, in what sport?
No, I mean, football's up there with angry coaches. I've seen some.
I guess so. Baseball, you'll see them
I've
come
never
after
seen
them.
hockey. I'm sure hockey gets.
Yeah,
dicks in
it's
their
just an
fucking
angry
players.
profession, right? Like, I just feel like coaches tend to run angry, and they seem like it kind of seems like a miserable job. Like, you get paid well and you get a lot of notoriety and you'll get a ton of credit if your team wins.
Yeah.
But it just feels like coaches in general, the wins don't hold up to like what the losses do to them. Like,
I can feel that. Yeah, man. Like I've told you, I think I've said this on the show. I coached freshman basketball for 2 years when I was, I think, 19 and 20 or 18 and 19, whatever. And it's such an out of your hands position. You think you're controlling. You tell your kids like, "Oh, you guys are gonna do this play," and then one kid doesn't do the play. What do you stop the play? No, they're in mid game. You're like, it's out of your control. So you're just hoping that your kids that you've taught over practice and all this follow through with what they've learned and they win the game, and you're just sitting there trying to like manipulate through words and encouragement, but you can't. You really are out of your control. If they decide you could sub, but typically the 5 kids that you have in are the best kids, and you're going to bring them in and then bring them out. Now, that was one thing looking back, especially freshman basketball, I should have let all the kids play. I'm disappointed in myself at this age. I'm like, man, let the kids play. Bring them in, bring them out. Whether you win or lose, let's just have some fun and keep the energy up. But back then, fuck that, man. Fuck that. I am winning this game. AJ, get your ass back in there. Are you ready? Are you ready? Get in there, dude.
Well,
I need you back in there right now.
especially at the level of like a high esteemed university like
Oh,
that.
yeah,
where you get
and then
paid
taking
for
it
that.
there,
Yeah,
especially
yeah.
when it's like when he won 2 championships like
Right.
he did, and that's probably got to be a whole different level of coaching. But still, out of your control. You do as
Right.
much as you can during practice, but your players got to do their thing.
As is the cornerstone of Al Pacino's legendary speech in Any Given Sunday. What does he keep saying? No, I can't make you do it. You got to look at the guy next to you. Look into his eyes. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing is like you are trying to figure out how to reach these players on a level that will get them to understand and perform. And with especially, I feel like at a pro level is another thing because so many of these like players have like their own egos and you never know where their head's at. And you know what they're capable of, but like, how do you get them to care? How do you get them to bring that out? I think it's a similar thing that probably like directors deal with like actors, you know, or like I know what this scene needs, and I have this actor that I believe can do it, but like, how do I reach him to get him to like go inside and like pull out the performance that I know is in there? Anytime that like your job depends on like what you can get out of like the people that are under you, I guess like to a degree you could consider like any boss job to be like that, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's definitely, I feel like at a coaching level, like it's never more present and clear like
In a
what
boss
you're
job,
getting from them out of it.
in a boss job, you can at very end do the job yourself.
Yeah,
you know
sure.
what? Get out of the room. I'm taking it over. I'm taking it and do the job. You can't do that. You're not coming in. Check me in.
And Nick Nolte's not getting in there and guarding Bobby Hurley. That's not happening.
And also, you were saying like you can't control the players. You also, and this movie shows, don't know if there's something else going on with the players that they're trying to hit some type of bets or
Sure,
something
yeah.
they're against. They're like, why? If I knew you were trying to do that, you wouldn't be in the game. So you know,
absolutely. So this movie touches a lot on like the corruption that exists within college athletics, and like the sharks that are kind of like trying to get in, and like maybe guys like Happy, the friend of the program, who's like got it, like, you know, his own.
I own you.
Yeah. Literally tell him, and he's not wrong in a way. It's like once you've used this guy to bring these guys in, this guy's got one up on you. You know, it's like Shaq with the 4 rings over Chuck. It's like, what are you going to do? Now you're not in a position where you can tell this guy shit because he's got all the dirt on you, and he's already bought one of your boys in the past.
Listen, you got to understand something. The friends of the program are my friends, and they are friends for life. What they've done is untraceable. What I've done is unprovable. There will be no smoking gun because I am the smoking gun. Now relax. It's all working.
Happy you're a scumbag, you know that?
I didn't break any laws. You did. You broke the collegiate athletic laws. It's your career that's on the line, not mine.
My career's in my own hands.
I own you. I just open my mouth, rumors start to fly about you, for instance.
I've lived through accusations. I walked away from
The
them.
alleged point shaving incident, think again. That thing happened.
Get out of here. Tell me about it.
Why don't you try this one? January 16th, 3 years ago, I bought one of your boys, Coach.
No kid of mine would ever fix a game.
Why don't you just go to the videotape, Coach? I own you, Pete. You're mine.
Nick Nolte learns from his boy Tony, and then they go to like review the tape. I always love a good like review the tape scene.
Hey, he's not. Look at that. He's
going to look at. He's like,
terrible.
It's the worst pass I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I thought Tony was just off these days.
Let's be honest. That game that happens, if you go back to the thing, it's like third game of a regular season that the guy decides to shave points of himself. Okay, like, you know what? Go talk to him. You talk to your boy next practice. Like, hey, I saw you shave the game like 3 years ago. I looked at the tape. No. Nick Nolte has the audacity to take his ass to a party that's happening.
Dude, the way Nick Nolte approaches, it's like a fraternity house or something. There's a full-on party. It's like midnight.
Dude.
Could this not have waited till tomorrow to discuss it with? He's going at it like he just found out that his mom is in trouble and he needs to like.
The game was 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
And it wasn't an important game.
And it was like a little shave scandal. Like.
Tony! Tony, open the door! It's me! Tony!
Coach, what's up?
You gotta tell me the truth. Now you tell me the
What's
truth.
up with you, man?
Did you
Coach,
or did you not shave points?
Coach, man, it's me, Tony. Man, I'm about to do something like that. What's wrong with you?
Cut the bullshit. Did you take money? Did you shave points?
No, I didn't. I swear to God, no. Come on, Coach, Coach, I wouldn't have to. Coach, you tell me the truth, man. You tell me the truth, man. Tell me the truth. Just once. Man, just once. We won the damn game, right? We just didn't come to the goddamn spread. I mean, who cares about the spread? That's just for the damn gamblers, ain't it? Coach, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Coach.
Son, haven't I always been there for you? Whether your girlfriend got pregnant or you're flunking TV or whatever the hell it is. Are you a better basketball player because of me? Are you a better man?
Yes. Yes.
You lied to me, Tony. Son, you took the purest thing in your life and you corrupted it. And for what? For what?
The way this movie treats the rules of like college basketball and like general, like
They were
everybody's
like, "Can't do it.
acting like
Don't do it.
this is the most absurd shit. Like, how dare somebody possibly bend the rules when, in fact, the way that these college basketball rules used to be, college athletics rules were set up in general, it was so that if you didn't cheat, you fell behind. Was he going to get Neon Boudreaux? Was he going to get Butch McRae if they didn't pack some money in a gym bag and like send him over? Like, that was how you got players, and everybody knew that. And it must have been stressful as fuck for these universities to try to figure out how to get around the rules of these players. Like, the whole process was set up to be tainted and like for people to cheat. Like, that was the business that it was.
Right. And this movie was kind of set up to like deter that. Like, no, we don't do that here.
It feels like this whole movie was made by like the NCAA to like try to enforce their rules and make it feel like that it would be absurd for anybody to like have the idea of like break the rules,
not play their best basketball at all times. Yeah.
When he goes to visit both Penny Hardaway's family, whose name in the movie, by the way, is Butch McRae.
Okay.
Butch McRae does not sound like a Penny Hardaway. Butch McRae sounds like a designated hitter, a grizzled veteran on like a baseball team.
I'll give you that.
Who's had 2 knee surgeries,
Throw Butch in. I think Butch is ready. Yeah.
A checkered past, and in modern day has a few questionable tweets under his belt. You know what I mean? That's what Butch McRae sounds like. It doesn't sound like an up-and-coming Penny Hardaway type, but I digress. He goes to his family's house, and she's like, I heard it's only cheating if you get caught. Or she makes some kind of like nice like statement. Are you on the screen now?
Yeah, I understand. Throw some change into that.
I wasn't ready for it. Look at there's like 100 of you.
Pointing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's cool. Back up.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's right. That's like the way the system was set up. It's just like it's only cheating if you get caught. So do your best to do the bending of the rules. Get yourself a happy little like sleazy. Which, by the way, do you think that guy's name was actually Happy, or that was just like his sleazy nickname that he came out with? Hey, people call me Happy because that's what I do. I make people happy. And
I don't know. It seems like early '90s that was a name. Because now we got 2 different movies that have used
within
it
like a year, there's like 2 different prominent Happy characters. I don't think anybody was ever actually named Happy. That'd be a stupid name to give a child.
So you got Butch McRae, whose mom was clearly like understood that you're gonna pay for to have my son. And then who's the next guy? Rudy. Who's the middle guy?
Ricky Rowe.
Ricky Rowe, whose dad understood that you're gonna get me a tractor, and then Ricky Rowe was like,
I got other offers.
This is good.
Both of them are like, people are knocking on our door and they're presenting us offers that present it. And so Ricky Rowe, obviously his whole thing is like, I'm horny as fuck, 19-year-old kid.
Yeah.
I just want to go to a college where there's some slamming ace all around, and that's mostly what I'm going to be focused on. He tells him that up front. And by the way,
he wants $30K, and he said does it in front of all the coaches. Like, he couldn't be more slick about that. Like,
$30K is like the most random number, by the way. He's just like a very specific. I just need 30. It sounds like the orders came directly from his dad. Like, that's how much a new tractor costs. The new John Deere is going for 30K.
got the tractor. They got the tractor.
No. So this happens afterwards. So this is how this scene plays out. He's like, yeah, I'm ready to join Western. Just basically, this is what it's going to cost. Other people have said that this is really distracting now. He's saying
multiple camera views from Dissect DJs, guys.
All right, now I got myself on the back screen.
And I have him right here. Look at this.
I don't know.
Just look at my phone.
Look at this
camera.
Yeah,
hey, smile. Yeah, what's random? All right, turn it off. Does nothing.
So Ricky Rowe literally is like, yeah, I want to go to this university. All I'm asking for is $30K. That's what I've been offered. If you guys can match that, then I'm yours.
I'm here.
And Nick Nolte just flips a dime on him. He's
like he did at the beginning.
Get the hell out of my office. He goes full Al Pacino on him like, how dare you? Get out. Take that jersey off. So my question is, how confused is Ricky Rowe then when in the very next scene, like basically Nick Nolte, Coach Bell, Pete Bell has this realization of like, fuck, if I want these players, I gotta pay to play. And he goes to Happy and he's like, all right, let's make it work. And he's like, hey, my money's untraceable. Don't worry. Next scene, they got Butch's mom is getting taken care of. They're like, we're going to set you up.
A job and a house.
Yeah. And then Ricky Rowe's got a tractor delivered to his dad's $30K. House. And it's like, what is Ricky Rowe's mindset when he goes from this dude went full on Ted Bundy on me last night. He told me to get the fuck out of his office. Fucking tells him to get the fuck out, and then the next day his dad's like, hey, I got a tractor delivered. So he's like,
Oh, so
all right, so am I good or what?
don't-
Like, how does this...
And then, let's be honest, Shaq,
Neon Bordeaux.
didn't ask for anything.
Yeah.
And they try to give him a car.
You're like, here's a car.
And he was
No,
like, I don't
take
need this shit. I can't even fit in the damn thing. What are you guys doing to me right now? So I almost give credit that I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. The best player out of the three, let's be real.
Yeah.
You want Shaq. You kind of could have made a team
He could be
around
taking
Shaq.
a truckload of money. They could have just...
Truckload. He could have been like, give me 50.
They could have been like, pop the trunk, and there's like fucking 90K
But he
cash.
didn't want anything. So I think that made me love Shaq even
Oh,
more.
he's the
Like,
most
he didn't
lovable
take money
character.
in college. Like, you know, as a kid, I think I was 10 during this. When this was made, or maybe even less.
It was
8?
way younger than that. This was 94. Yeah,
So 10. I'm 10 at
Really?
that point. So I'm like 9, 10. Shaq didn't take any money, and he's the best player. I love this guy. Like,
yeah,
it's
he's so
such a-
lovable. First of all, I love the initial reveal of Shaq is done so well. Like, what do they say? We got to go to Algiers. And you're like, where's
They
Algiers?
go on a boat.
They make it seem like this some
Over a train
foreign
tracks.
country. They're like, we got to take a boat there, which also it's also just in Louisiana. It's like by New Orleans, so it's like. I don't think it's that crazy of a venture, but for some reason they got to take a boat there.
Over train
and they're
tracks,
like going into
running
the
with
woods,
kids.
like going through the jungle. It's like, where is this place? They end up in this warehouse. The way they originally reveal Shaq, he's just destroying the rims with the
no way that
the
rim-
chain nets and everything.
There's no way that rim was able to take it.
Yeah.
This was in a warehouse in the middle of nowhere.
What is this game happening even? Like, there's no way that's a league. Is this just where people come? Like, they hearken stories of, like, I heard there's these underground games, and there's this beast of a man who will just destroy anybody who gets in his sight. And he's, like, throwing down, and it's almost like a cave. They make Shaq out to be, like, this is some untapped resource. That's the most amazing thing you ever see. But nobody has ever heard of him. He's unknown. He's like this cave monster who will just destroy, like, has never been explored or discovered. And Nick Nolte is discovering him when he goes in there, and there's like brick walls and everything.
Midnight train. Get out, cry.
He ain't just big, Pete. He's quick. He's got big hands. Watch how he moves away from the ball. He's totally raw. He's never been coached.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not gonna bullshit you, Pete. He ain't no brain surgeon, all right? Took the SAT recently, scored 520 out of a possible 1,600.
520? You get 400 for just spelling your name correctly.
That's it. Messed up on his name.
It reminded me of that Harold and Kumar scene when they're trying to drive through the street, and there's just a game happening in the middle of the street, and he's like, oh, just drive through. And they look, and there's that huge guy, and he's like, my ball!
The hell is this?
Turn it around.
Hey, just go through, man.
Dude, we're not driving through this basketball game.
You know, Roldy, I really thought you were bigger than this.
Dude, I'm not scared because they're black. I'm scared because they're scary. And it's not like we got Gregory Hines out there.
Not that scary. Turn around.
That's basically like what Shaq is when you first see him. And the way this character was written, I think the way they talk about how he got like the lowest scores on his like SATs and everything, like they make him sound like he's dumb as a rock. He's just this enormous beast who just
540.
can destroy
You got a
anything.
540 as SAT.
So I feel like the way the character was originally written was like to be like this rock-headed beast who's just like really good at slamming the ball, and like nobody's discovered him until Coach Bell now. However, I think because Shaq is so charming and likable that they almost like you had to pivot, because if you have Shaq, like Shaq's gonna be Shaq, and he's like got that smile,
picking up the kids.
Neon, please try not to step on the children.
Okay, all right.
there's like 3 different scenes in the movie where he enters the room with just his smile, like where he just comes in and he's like when he first brings him into the classroom, and he waves, and then the other one when he shows the test score and then he like pops in, like he's just this likable, charming man. And I feel like that ended up being the character because you had Shaq, who of course ends up being the heartbeat of this movie. So, and if they didn't have him, I feel like this movie would be a whole lot less likable because the whole preachiness of the rules the whole time. I don't know. It didn't do a lot for me. And as we know, we've come to a point where they've changed it to this NIL thing, which was a much needed change.
Shaq would have got so much NIL money.
Yeah, he would have got dominant.
Like, he would be
destroying the ranks, and he would have earned it.
Imagine him coming at 18. I'm like, here's multiple million. Like, what do you? Yes, especially the way he was, dude. Guys, watch this movie and watch Shaq before he got big, because when he got to the Lakers, Phil Jackson told him, "I need you to increase your weight," and I think that's led to his later seasons of being injured and toe stuff. Well, but when he first came in, he was 7'1", fast. Like,
yeah, he was quick as fuck.
And it was just crazy how dominant he was, and just.
I don't think anybody needed to tell Shaq to gain weight. I feel like he was
Phil Jackson. You never heard that story?
I think he was just on that trajectory, anyways. Like,
he might have been, but I think he did it faster. I think because Phil Jackson. I heard this story many times. I don't know where it is, but Phil Jackson said you got to gain about 30 pounds so then nobody can touch you because you'll be that big. And Shaq was like, "I'm down. I'll eat some. You want me to eat more? Okay, you know what I mean?"
Well, dude, Lakers Shaq was by far the most dominant version.
Oh, and you couldn't. He bumped everybody off.
He would just
destroy the paint. That's that one dunk where he dunks and then kicks the white guy, and he's just like, "Get out of here!" You know what I'm talking about? And then Dudley or whatever.
Chris Dudley
he throws the ball.
And then he's like, gets all pissed, and he just throws. I mean, that was a great throw by Dudley, though. He hits him like at midcourt, right in the center of the back.
It's funny
like,
though.
If you're gonna throw a ball at Shaq, like you better nail it. Yeah. I'll give props to Dudley for that.
Well, let's be honest. Every time Shaq ever fought in the air, he always came with a really wide. Like, I guess you don't want to get hit by a haymaker, but.
Well, Shaq could probably kill you if
probably
he really
never got in a fight.
Squared up.
Let's be real. Shaq probably never got
in a fight. Shaq. So I think this movie really works because Shaq like forces it, but like the tone of it, the way that the rules are continually talked about as though they're this thing that even though his ex-wife, who they have, I don't know what the deal with his relationship with the ex-wife is, but like the way, first of all, we talked about that party. He goes to Tony's place and he's just a fucking mess. Like, why are you storming into a party? And then he leaves right from that to like pounding on his ex-wife's door. And she's like, it's 1 a.m. Like, what are you possibly? And he's like, I have to talk to you. I just found out Tony shaved points.
But he had already lied to her.
She's pissed off because she figured out, she did the math together. And she's like, I saw Happy hanging around the team. The only reason he would be around is if you had been getting him into the fold.
Women's intuition.
I know what that means. And she's just like, so this is a woman who's already divorced him. And she's like, no, you lied to me to my face. It's like, can we all stop acting in this universe of people that work in college athletics that this shit is not going on? And like, it has been going on for years, and we all know how the game works. Like, even what's that guy, Mel, the assistant coach, played by Marquez Johnson, who I've met before. He's a cool guy, former NBA player. Also makes appearance in White Man Can't Jump. He's the guy that like pulls out the gun to like rob the liquor store, and then like that's, you know, he's like, no, what? I'm killing all of y'all. And he goes, yeah, that's him. He makes an appearance in this movie, and she's like, what is Happy doing here? It's like, you know how things are. And it's like, yeah, that's what everybody's reaction to this shit should be. Also, the AD, who's played by Bob Cousy, I don't know if you picked up on that.
Nope.
The guy who's AD, he's just like, hey, I don't want to know about anything. Like, that's the way this game is played. He's just like, don't talk to me about it. Don't bring me into it. Don't explain to me that this is what you need to do to get the good players. Just fucking do your shit and leave me out of it.
Just go do it.
And Bob Cousy.
I don't want to know.
Bob Cousy, by the way, with his shooting form is the most like 1950s dude, because you know Bob Cousy, right?
Oh, he's the one that was stroking?
Yeah.
And didn't miss?
Yeah. Because
Okay.
that was actually, he was like one of the original like great players in the NBA for the Boston Celtics.
I know Bob Cousy's name, and I didn't know that was him shooting, and then he didn't miss.
And he was making
He
all
made
those
10
free throws.
straight.
Yeah. And he has that like form that's like the most old man form ever, but it's like, it's a dope form because it's a stroke. He's one-handing it. But it's the most like, this is the way players used to shoot in the 50s. Like, I could see that.
That makes sense. Man, they had star power in this movie.
A lot of star power in this movie. Including, I don't know, Dickie V shows up at the end of it.
With a capital A?
He says it twice. I wrote down in my notes, Dick Vitale made a whole career out of like saying the same 5 things enthusiastically.
It's gonna be awesome, baby.
It's awesome with a capital A. He says it twice within 1 minute. It's like, did you run it? You guys literally, I understand if that was a live hit, but you have a director, you have editors. You couldn't cut that and be like, Dick, I think you already said that at the beginning.
Like 5 seconds ago. You just said that. Yeah. Now, can we go to that last game real quick?
Yeah.
It's a good game against Indiana. The Hoosiers, top team. They got to beat them. And it comes down to the final 12 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay?
By the way, Shaq has like 30 dunks in that game. The whole
really
offense.
That much?
The whole
I know
offense
he had
is just
13
Shaq
rebounds.
dunking.
They made sure they said that 13 rebounds at the end, so I got that part. So he had a double-double with 30. Of course he did. The guy looks like a menace. They win this off a spin, pick, and roll slam with no time left.
Just the way Pete drew it up.
With no time left. Like, you know how critical that's got to be? Usually with a dunk, it goes in and the clock stops. You know what I mean? Like, it stops once you go in.
It's risky business to try to win a game with an alley-oop.
Alley-oop, yeah.
Up until last year, I would say that it was unreal, and this is the only time that's ever happened. However,
did it happen last year?
A playoff game between the Clippers and the Nuggets ended just like this.
No way.
With Aaron Gordon throwing down, I think it was an alley-oop at the buzzer, and they had to like check it. And it was the difference in the series, honestly, and it's the reason the Clippers ended up losing.
That, man.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe it. I was like, no time left on a dunk.
Yeah,
that means it literally. That means it's zero. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it has to go through the hoop and then it's zero. If not, there's at least a second. Like, I was amazed that they decided to go alley-oop to Shaq. I mean, I'm going to big man too, but to dunk it,
yeah,
incredible. When he threw the alley-oop, there's a second and a half left or something like that. Like, it was a crazy pass. I was amazed by the fact that they won that game on an alley-oop.
It's a
last
weird
second.
call to draw it up that way. Like, you'd think that, I mean, I guess if you got Shaq, if you got Neon,
man.
You got to, like, just use it.
I'm using Neon, yeah, for sure. And he still did his tongue thing back then. He was like,
yeah, that's how he did it. And then Bobby Knight was so pissed he threw a chair across the floor. No, he didn't. But at the beginning of the game, Pete Bell punts a ball into the stands. Have you ever gotten so mad that you punted a ball?
I've never done. I know Tracy McGrady did.
That's
the only person I've ever seen do that shit. Punted, but no, I've never punted a ball. That's craziness. Especially as a coach. I don't know, man.
Oh, as a coach, that's like unheard of, like anger behavior.
I would have been. Parents would have saw me and no, you can't do that at high school, coach. You do that at high school, especially a freshman, you're pretty much done. Like,
I remember doing it once when I was a kid. I was playing a one-on-one against somebody. I don't remember who, but I was like mad that it somehow like scored and I like punted the ball. You feel really stupid because then you're just like,
I gotta go get it.
Doesn't make you feel any better to like chase it down. You're like, oh. At least in the game, like you can do that. And like there's a captions that says like, I got it. Like somebody in the crowd was like, but speaking of captions, I had captions on the screen. Nick Nolte is the most angriest, grumbliest actors I think there ever was. So in a way, he works in this role because he fits the part of like what a college coach is. They're a lot of very angry, like just disgruntled men, and he has the official. I put in the notes. The khakis and the sweater over the button-up shirt the official coaching gear? Like that's the official gear of the coach,
especially 90s.
Yeah.
That was it.
So he's wearing that, and he's just constantly just like grumbling. And I swear to there at one point in the captions, like he's like entering a room and he's like pissed about something, and the captions just say like grumbling, like while he's just like.
Oh yes. All right. Wait. Okay. So let's fade to the end real quick, where he decides to admit that he got everybody. He gambled and he.
Yeah.
You know how mad you got to be if you're one of the 3 that we've been talking about. Like you. Okay, we're down to do this, right? We're going to stay silent about it. Okay, cool, coach. Let's do it. You give me my $30K. Now I'm in trouble.
Right.
Now
they said they were banned from the tournament for the next 3 years. So Neon, Butch, Ricky. They're all fucked now
well,
because you decided to come out and be like, you know what, I don't want to win with this guilt. And there's no way that a college coach would not hold this back and like just play the game until he was absolutely
until you
cornered.
get caught.
They win that game. That coach is accepting that ride off on everybody's shoulders, and he's absolutely taking the victory lap. He's not being like, but my guilt. It's like, no, fuck that.
Let's go back because I want to make sure that those. We almost missed it. Who is he being investigated by?
That's right.
Not only one of the best
sports movie legends
at this point, man. We just got done with the Little Giants, where he was the best gum chewing Little Giants. What is it?
Little Cowboys coach.
Little Cowboys coach. What's his name?
Ed O'Neill.
Ed O'Neill makes an appearance. I think he surprised both me and Castle in this. I had
no idea he was in this.
Ed O'Neill. We just talked about this, man.
This movie was made the same year.
Oh, wow.
So in 94, he's dropping Little Giants. He shows up in this movie, and Married with Children is killing it.
Hitting hot.
And the cool thing is he plays a completely different character all three.
Yep.
You know, and Al Bundy's like a comedic kind of loser who's just kind of like, what's the point? You know what I mean? And then in Little
Peg,
Giants,
it's Tuesday. Do we have to? Yeah.
Peg. And then in Little Giants, he's like the cocky, athletic hero who's like kind of like, his gum chewing is always just like, I knew you'd see it my way. And in this one, he's like the investigative reporter who's like what, like a local like newspaper reporter, like.
And the only one that seems to be against going.
He's so on their case, and I think the only reason is because at the beginning of the movie, he's like, well, what about that point shaving scandal a few years ago? And he just goes off. He's like, Ed, you're so up your own ass.
Do you think it's fair to say that your inability to get the program back on track is strictly related to recruiting problems that started 4 years ago after the alleged point shaving incident?
How long are you going to keep this bullshit up, Ed? Huh? You know goddamn well there was no such incident. There was an alleged incident which you invented. In the same way that if I assert that you sleep with sheep, then it is alleged that you sleep with sheep.
That's out of line, Coach.
What do you mean it's out of line? If you can't take the heat, get out of my face, Ed. God damn it, you know nothing like that happened here.
Listen, I didn't say that it happened. I merely asked you if you thought that the allegations hurt recruiting. I didn't say it happened.
Listen, if this is the level of questions I'm going to get here tonight, this press conference is over.
And I kind of feel like none of this would have happened if you had just treated Ed O'Neill with a little respect and been like, you know what, Ed, let's go out for a drink. It's like, I like you, you like me, I respect the work you do.
No, he went off.
You cut the program a little slack,
He didn't. He was rude to him, and Ed went after him.
And Ed goes full on undercover investigator.
Pictures
somehow has pictures. He's like, we got word that Butch's mom just got a new home. And check this out. Tractor just showed up at Ricky Rowe's house. It's like, who are your boots on the ground in this situation? This is 1994. It's just, you're not even using Google Earth photos. It's like, you just have men in the bushes oh man.
Got him.
Look at this car. Yeah. Neon just got a brand new Cadillac.
I was so amazed to see him in this movie, and he completely different role, and
I think that he's the only one that seems to be trying to blow the cover off it, like he's a detective in Spotlight or something.
It wasn't for him, nobody cares.
Yeah, nobody would have given a shit. This was clearly a time where it was everybody knows what's going on. We have this system in place. We know the programs are doing filthy things, but we just don't ask questions because we know that's what they need to do to win.
The money's flowing.
And everything works except for the players because they're all getting dicked in the end.
Yeah.
There's that whole speech when Happy says, he goes off and he's like, we owe them. He's like, we owe them this. He's like, they deserve this. And he's painted as the villain of the movie because he has sketchy practices. I watched that scene and I'm like, dude, Happy is cooking right now. Somebody listen to this guy.
I know the amount of money that it's going to take to buy out your contract is the same that it's going to take to get Butch and Ricky to sign letters of intent.
We don't buy athletes.
Let me tell you something in case you don't know. Our football team, ranked in the top 10 for the last 8 years, has got a linebacker, a tailback, an offensive tackle, 2 safeties, and a quarterback, all recruited by friends of the program.
I don't like football.
They're all graduating this year. We're clean. My money is untraceable. It's been washed, scrubbed, laundered within an inch of its life.
You got a future in politics, asshole. Why don't you run for office?
These athletes generate millions of dollars for the university. What do they get? Nothing. What do you get? You get a multi-year contract. You get a 6-figure shoe deal so your team can be a walking billboard. And that is all legal.
And then you get another 6 figures for that lousy TV show.
Get out of my face.
We owe them this money.
We owe it to them.
For years, the workhorses of all these college athletics.
30 years to be exact from
get
that point. 30
nothing.
years. 30 years from that point when he was putting it on paper and on video. Hey, these players deserve a little more money. Like, they deserve some of what the profits that we're getting. Nobody listened.
And NIL was damn near 30 years away from that happening still.
Yeah,
I think at least
crazy.
20. We just got it in the last, 10 years.
No, it gave me the last 3. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It was
it's
30
new.
years.
Yeah,
30
yeah.
years.
And, well, I mean, because it had been 30 years before that. I thought that's what you were saying. Like, it had been happening for
60.
30 years.
I mean, for college, all of
Fucking
it.
as
So
long as
I'm just
forever.
saying from this movie, it was 30 years still. So even though he put it on blast in a movie like that, he was like, they deserve it. We should be giving them money. Nothing for 30 years. And then they were like, all right.
Yeah. And
I guess you could have some of this.
And then right after that, first of all, yeah, like you were saying, like it falls on these players. There's that moment when he tells the team, you know what, I've got to quit. Like, I feel too guilty. And then Shaq follows him out the door and he's like, hey, coach, you like my spin move?
You like my spin move, though?
And he's like, and you watch that moment and you think, like, you know what you're doing? It's like you told this guy and his family and all those players' family, like, come to this university. I will take care of your kids like a father. And now you're immediately bailing on them. You're leaving. You know that your admission now is going to leave this team in a suspended territory, which is one of the most frustrating things about the way these college athletics like punch these programs. Is like these coaches will go off and find a new team to be a coach of, and they'll be like, "Hey, everybody loves me here." And
out.
all the players and everybody at the university get saddled with a punishment. It's kind of like, was it John Calipari? He got caught in a scandal with one of the teams.
Oh, yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah, and then he left. I know they were in the championship. I want to say Memphis.
Okay.
And then he just goes and leaves them to go to Kentucky. He's like, oh, he gets a nice new job with a new team like the next year, and he's like, everybody loves him again. And that team is just settled with and they're banned from the tournament for the next 3 years and stuff. And it's like,
Wait, the coach was able to leave?
yeah, he just went and got a new job because he was sought after, which is probably something Pete Bell could do. You know what I mean? But this program and all the kids that you told to bring their lives here,
Done for 3 years.
They're fucked.
Done.
And then at the end of the movie, they have they're like, oh, Butch and Neon both went to the NBA. But they say it in a weird way. They're like, they both dropped out of school to go to the NBA. And it's like, okay, yeah, well, obviously Neon was going to the NBA. Like, he doesn't need this college shit. But then they do the thing about Ricky.
Busted his knee and he works
Goes back to the farm. He's the one that this system is failing. He asks you for $30,000. He's like, this is when I have value. I know I can get money right now.
And the moment he got injured.
And then you fucking stormed out. Not only did he fucking storm out and tell him to get the hell out of his locker room, the next 2 scenes later, he's with Happy and he's like, what is that? Did you buy him a car? Ricky, get the hell out. I'm like, can you back off my board, Ricky? What the fuck, Pete? Like, why do you keep getting in Ricky's face about it? This is the 1 year he has value to his university and his sport and everything. All he's asking for is $30K and a tractor and to get some nice Western University poon. You know what I mean?
Wow.
That's what he's in it for.
That's true.
That's his love of the game.
I want girls, coach. I want some girls, coach.
The university goes, because of your fucking... Did people still say that? I don't know.
I don't think so, dude. I don't know. That's it.
Tang sounds a little better. We'll go. Let's leave it at that. Ricky Rowe would agree with me. No, he was definitely...
Oh, man.
Probably use a term into that. But yeah, he's the reason the system fails these kids. He has value right now as an effective player. As he calls himself, I'm a blue chipper athlete. A lot of universities are knocking down my door. All I'm asking for is $30K and a tractor. That feels feasible.
Yeah, man.
And they're like, "How dare you ask that?" And what happens after that? He gets his knee hurt, has to go work on a farm, which feels like he was happy to do that anyways, take over the family farm. But his whole opportunity to make his window of opportunity to make money as a basketball player, gone. And he's the thing that this system failed.
And where does the coach go?
Probably he
walks outside.
Oh, yeah.
Down the street and sees some kids, which, by the way, as Hazel and I spoke about, there are so many kids playing late at night at this court. I remember playing back in the day, and there being a lot of kids. But
It's
my goodness,
50 kids at 10 at night.
10-year-olds galore playing ball at this court, and there's just one kid balling, and he's shooting with one hand. I'm watching him. I'm like, he's shooting good. He's shooting one. Coach comes over, stops the game.
Yeah.
Which there's no way if any ethnicity dude comes up to me, I was gonna say white coach, but it doesn't matter. Anybody stops my game mid game and goes, "Hey guys, look at this is how you gotta shoot. You gotta put the hand behind the ball. And you gotta release, and then you're gonna get it." Get the hell out of here, dude.
Who are you?
I'm up 11-4 right
dude,
now.
I've been running this blacktop for like 4 hours right now. Like, you're gonna come in like, you know what? You should shoot it like this. Like,
and then he stays after that. He's like, all right, guys, let's do this.
All right, let's do another game. Like, these kids are like, who is this dude who's just fucking walked out of nowhere? Looks haggard as all get out.
Haggard, man.
Looks like he's been up for 3 days, and he's like, you know what? I'll be teach you guys how to play a little basketball. I got some techniques I'd like to teach you. You're like, bro, we were gonna play one more game, and I have to get home for dinner.
Yeah, annoying, man. I'm telling you right now, if somebody stops me when I was 10 and I'm winning the game and you try to show me, did you not see that I just made the last 4 shots? I'm balling.
Swishing these.
Get out of here, dude. Get out of here.
I got this.
But that kid was really nice. He was like, oh, you shoot like this. Okay. And then he wets it, and I'm sure the kid was going to be great. But
it's supposed to represent Coach Beat. Is getting back to the basics of his
roots.
Love of the game.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what? I want to go back to teaching kids. And they say he teaches like a high school or something.
Yeah. Get out of here, man.
Good. Then do that.
So you ruined these kids' career. Now you're going to high school, and then you're going to try to help them. Get out of here, man.
So you
and
can
your ex-wife hates you. She's done with you. Your life fell apart.
Do we think they ended up actually getting back together? Or
no,
something?
He lied to her one more time. That was it.
One time too many.
She had already divorced him for lying and doing bullshit, and then he did it one more time to her face at dinner. He was like, no.
Oh, she was the best ex-wife ever, though. Like, he could just like show up whenever and be like, oh, I gotta crush some tape.
Drink her top of the shelf alcohol.
You got some of that top shelf whiskey? I'm just gonna pour myself a little something.
Not even ask.
Yeah.
Like this guy, he did not feel like he was divorced from that woman. Yeah, it's crazy.
They're like going to romantic dinners. There isn't a point where they're at dinner and then she's like, just 2 divorcees at dinner. And it's like, yeah, why is that? That like you're announcing, you're literally like saying, why does it seem like you spend all this time with this guy where he's like knock on your door at 1 a.m. like, Jenny. But it's like, how do you know Jenny's not, a little busy right now? Like, unless I check, you're not tied.
Man.
So
I gotta ask you, what'd you think of the movie in general? Scale of 1 to 10. What was your, you've just seen it for the first time.
Yeah,
me,
I've seen it twice.
I'm giving this a solid. Out of sports movies and different stuff like that, I've seen it. I liked it as a kid, so it brings a little bit of nostalgia. I'm gonna give it a solid. It's not too good of a movie because it's not League of Their Own, but it's not Sandlot. It's not those. I'll give it a 6. I'm giving it a 6 out of 10 because the star power in this really does keep me in the movie. It's like I'm watching. It's Penny. It's Shaq.
Larry Bird shows up out of nowhere.
Say Larry Bird
just cooking in the middle of a fucking field.
Koozies on the movie. Like I guess So I'm gonna give it a 6. It holds. It just there's certain parts where it gets a little preachy, a little slow down. So it was good, but
yeah. It unmoved me, I would say. I left it feeling pretty unsatisfied. I mean, I knew of this movie for a long time, obviously, so I'd always kind of known it as like a legendary thing. I think the problem for me is this coming in the 90s, which to me is like the pantheon of like great sports movies. And we've done a lot of them, and we will do more of them. I think this happens right in the wheelhouse of when sports movies are absolutely cooking. And there's something that makes this movie feel dated, and it misses the mark of what made sports movies fun and cool at that time.
Okay.
It has a very preachy message, as I've said, that like tries to hammer home the point of like, how dare anybody try to break the rules of college athletics when even as it's said in the movie, like everybody knows everybody was doing it.
Yep.
It was a shitty, corrupt system that was meant to take advantage of the players. And it shows that in real time in this movie. I don't think Nick Nolte is very likable as the main character. The only times that, because he's, as I said, he's just a very grunty, angry man, which works as a college basketball coach because a lot of them are like that. But also, it makes it, you not really want to root for him. The only time he shows signs of like, at all, like charm or happiness is when he goes over to visit his ex-wife. And with Jenny's green eyes, it makes sense. Like, yeah, it would try to bring a little bit of happiness in your fucking otherwise miserable existence because coaching does that to people. Like
that part was good, and then I liked it when he was dancing at the church.
That's the other thing I was about to say. And then when he's on his recruit mission, which the other main takeaway of this is like the whole recruiting process for college athletics is fucking wild, and it still happens like this to this day. These guys got to go around the country, go to these players' homes. and like try to pitch their whole family. He goes to Penny's house and he's immediately like bringing the whole family. He's like, all right, let me show you. All right, we're gonna pass around, and is this your daughter? It's a lovely girl. All right, so you do this, and then mom's gonna play the 4, and then he like literally throws the throw pillow onto the lamp. And then the same thing when he takes Shaq to the church. Like, he's working so hard. It's the only time that you sees any charm from Pete. Is like when he's in
all the other recruiters at each of the places that are just missing.
They're just watching like
the drive-by one where he's the driver.
Like Larry Bird and Ricky Rowe.
It's just like,
and then he waves, and it's like, are these coaches all just like all traveling together? Like, they're all in French Lick, Indiana today to like just watch this random fucking parade happening right now. But yeah, like the process.
Like, damn it, he's got him. They
man, there's that one coach who like when he first goes to see Butch. Which, by the way, that arena that Butch was playing in, that Penny, that overhang around the top of the court, I think that's a dope look. If you got a small gym,
you got to bring the small
have
gym.
Have you played
overhang,
in a gym like that before?
I've seen that's a lot of our high schools kind of had
an
upper deck kind of thing.
Because if you're gonna have a small like gym, like hanging around the edge like that, would make it feel like more like
that gym was when A.B. Miller versus Full High at Full High Gym had that. And the gym was packed, even for the freshman games. Was packed. For our game, was packed.
It feels way more packed.
Oh man, it was
because they're all up on hanging around you. Yeah, that's got to be a cool.
That's one of my best memories of coaching in high school was that kind of feel from that kind of arena for sure. For sure.
So he goes in there to like go see the Richard Gossett Jr., the priest coach, and he's like, "Oh, my boy is strong, and he gets good grades." It's like this fucking auction.
Who's paying?
Yeah,
who's paying?
Who's paying the most? And then that one guy who I don't know who he is, but he's clear because I recognize some of those coaches. Yeah, Jim Boeheim and Coach Tarkanian. And then there's this other guy when Pete walks in and he's like, "I think we're in trouble. I think we're in trouble." Like he says it twice, and I'm like, "Yeah, you're not an actor. I can tell. You're a coach." They're like, "Why don't you say?" They told you to say it once, but you were like, I'm gonna really explore the studio space on this one.
All right, gentlemen. What am I bid? Give me $50 for the strapping young boy, 17 and getting bigger every day. Dig deep in your pockets, gentlemen. They say he's a potential All-American. And he can read and write. The boy can actually read and write. He got 1,250 on his SATs. And ain't no problem either. His name ain't Abdul Rahman X or nothing like that. The boy's actual name is Butch. Now, with a name like that, he ought to have him some freckles. Now, what am I bid, gentlemen? Dig deep in your pockets. Dig deep. Hey, Pete. Step inside.
We're in trouble. I think we're in trouble.
Yep.
So, I give it probably because the 90s had such cool movies at the time, and this movie feels like immediately from the very beginning, I'm like, why does this... It's crazy how dated this feels, just the way that people look, the way it's shot. It feels like it's close to the 80s to me, and it shouldn't be. It's a 94, and a lot of other movies being made at that time were so much more colorful and charismatic, and this one just felt a little drab to me. I didn't like the overall messaging. Nick Nolte wasn't likable, and the music fucking sucks, dude.
The only song that was good was the one we started the episode.
Why do you think we started with that? That's the only good music, like... Otherwise, it's this, like, basic-ass bluegrass background noise the whole movie. And, like, he's going to go visit Penny's family in, like, the streets of Chicago. He's, like, going to the hood. And they're playing this basic-ass bluegrass music. And I'm like, dude, you have an opportunity here to be like, yo, we're going to the hood. We're going to Chicago in the streets. And there's all this, like, graffiti around and everything. We're in the 90s now. Hip-hop is absolutely cooking. Get an NWA track on there, you know?
Oh, yeah. There was definitely some good...
some fucking Raphael Sadiq on the map. Get some
Tektronic.
DJ Quick.
Tektronic would have been
Sure. There's so many... Music was absolutely blazing at this time. It was on fire. And
they just couldn't bring it for this
And you
movie.
just have the same basic-ass background music. And I think it really pulls the movie down as like a feel. Like, think about like the way music carries like Space Jam, for example.
Yeah.
Like it's a
Yeah,
huge
it's true.
component of that
That's
movie,
true.
and it feels like so much more
So
fun.
1 out of 10. What are you giving it?
I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Under
really
5.
wasn't impressed by this
Mediocre.
movie. I just liked seeing. The only thing I really liked was seeing the stars that
Star
show
power.
up in it.
Star power
the
kept this
basketball
movie.
players in their element, like young Shaq, young Penny.
Yeah.
All those other players that I would end up seeing. Young Rick Fox.
The coach from Indiana.
Oh yeah, Bobby Knight.
Knight.
Larry Bird making a random cameo
yeah,
just to be like.
So that doesn't push it. The star power doesn't push it to 5 for you.
I could get it to like.
Can we say
a
that
5.
I missed that about movies? We've said this before. the 90s brought real players into the thing, and then you'd have like 10 different players in the movie.
And
it was,
look at the butterfly effect. Because they decided to go for star players that were up and coming, it resulted in Shaq wanting to recruit Penny to the Magic, and they did it. And we ended up with one of the most epic combos.
duos. Everybody talks about Penny
in
Shaq.
NBA history.
Still a legendary. And then Penny, remember, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and I have a top 5 that got brought out of this movie because Shaq, watching this movie, watching young Shaq, those two-handed throwdowns, the most authoritative dunks of all time.
So top 5 for what?
Top 5 authoritative dunkers in NBA history.
Okay.
Straight up just off the visual of like you watch it.
Top dog number 1's got to be Shaq, and then everybody else behind him.
Shaq is obviously number 1.
Okay.
Young Shaq, especially the way he would just like get in the paint, fight his way in.
Show the Dudley clip real quick. Show the Dudley clip.
Here's Shaq. Against Dudley. Nice. Shaquille O'Neal was so powerful on that move that Dudley could not even foul, and he just got overpowered by Shaquille O'Neal. But Dudley is now drawing with Shaq and threw the ball in his direction. Man, if you want to pick somebody to go with, you go right to the head of the class when you go after Shaq.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
I love that one.
Just tossing them around. All right.
Who's your other 4?
Number 5.
Maybe I should try to guess one. Who? Let me see.
Yeah. See if you can guess one.
I don't got it. Go ahead.
All right. I have 2 OLIs. You know, which is like
OLIs.
Yeah.
What's that?
Outside looking in. That's what they like to say with like the tournament when like they're doing the bubble. They're like, oh, they're OLI. They're outside looking in.
Who do you got? So they're not 4. They're 6 and 7 basically.
I don't have them in the top 5, but they gotta be. They have to be mentioned.
Right. Who you got?
Vince Carter.
Oh, okay.
I mean, razzle dazzle.
He's got one of the best dunks ever in history. Okay.
I mean, peak Vince Carter was like, fucking. You talk about like put on the game. You're gonna actually see a highlight.
Touching the top of the backboard.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook. He just has some
of his are
angry dunks.
So those are like guards. Who you got for the 4 though? You got some strong dunkers for this 5. Let me see. Let me hear your 5, 4, 3, 2.
And Dominique Wilkins is another one who just like would throw down with force.
He's an OIE or whatever.
OLI, yeah.
That was close.
All right, so
is that oil? No.
OLI,
is ILL. Okay. Anyways, I'm a terrible speller. Anyways, who are the 4?
All right, so we got
Andrew Bynum.
Bynum couldn't throw down.
Oh, okay.
If I got out of here.
I gotta go. Dwight Howard is in there.
Dwight Howard's pretty good.
You're not putting him in there?
No.
What? Okay, hear me these 4 then. I gotta hear these 4 because Dwight Howard in his prime was nasty, and he was fighting Shaq for the Superman fucking talk, and I can't believe you're not putting him in 4. Who are your 4?
All right, so I'm gonna put Dominique Wilkins in there.
Okay. So
Dominique Wilkins, the '80s was just he's the king of the like when I was the youngest kid. I remember being Dominique Wilkins.
Yeah, for sure. He won a slam dunk contest. I give it to him. Who else?
I gotta give it up for young KG. Minnesota Timberwolves, Kevin Garnett. He had some nasty throwdowns, and he just looked like mad about it. And I think in his post career, we've seen Kevin Garnett just like seems like he's angry and aggressive at all times. It used
Did you
to
ever
come
see
out
him almost getting fights, and he knew like actually he doesn't fight
because again he never got challenged. Nobody ever tried to fucking fight KG.
Hey, nobody want to fight him. Then he was tired. He's like, oh, actually, I don't do this.
Yeah.
All right, 2 more.
All right, young KG, and then I gotta give it up for Blake Griffin.
Blake Griffin was nasty.
Blake Griffin in his heyday, like in his prime, he had like 3 or 4 years there where like you couldn't get through a game without him absolutely destroying the rim with like the most epic throwdown ever.
And your final?
Sean Kemp.
Okay.
Do you remember Sean Kemp back in the day, in the 90s?
I gave it to you. The only I'm putting Dwight over Dominique, but I got to give a legendary status there. But either way, honestly, OLI. I was close. Got to give it to Dwight. Dwight, I got you, dog.
Okay.
You were a beast when you were nasty.
Honestly, Nick, Russ, and Vince were all fighting in that last spot. So I could have just like literally said the Mount Rushmore of authoritative dunkers. Shaq, Blake Griffin, young KG, Sean Kemp. That's my Mount Rushmore.
Sean Kemp had like 2 years, but those 2 years were
when he was on the Sonics. Yeah. Like that. No, I don't. He was early to mid 90s. He had about a 5-year run there where he was just. Okay. They called him the Rain Man, and he would just the way. He got up there, but it was the way he threw it down, man. Like, he would hurt. And by the way, have you ever dunked on, like, a low rim? That ball comes right at your face hard.
Yeah,
the way these guys, like, I got a black eye once when I was a kid. I'm just, like, throwing it down. I mean, I would watch Sean Kemp, and I'd be like, I want to do a Rain Man dunk. And that shit just hits you right in the face. All right, so I think we covered the movie. Should we do a little final notes cleanup? What did I say last time that I would call this? cleaning off the final note sheet. And I have a little sound wave. That's what I like to run through and just make sure I cover all the quarters that I had about.
All right, run it down. Go.
What, did you just turn something on me?
Yeah, you're behind me now.
All right, cool.
Run it down.
It's good. This helps because then I can see if my hair looks okay. Because sometimes I can't see my hair until after I do it, and then it ends up being like, it's like going like this for like an hour.
Double head here.
Yeah.
Gotta kind of fix this lighting.
Usually you gotta pay triple for that kind of action. All right. Let's see.
Also with a capital A, baby. Let's go.
Also with a capital A, baby. It's splendimerous. It's phenomenal. I mentioned how they use a bunch of real players with their real names, but in random schools. It's crazy work. Did you ever? You're just looking.
I got like the double. I feel like I'm a high school photo.
Yeah, but doing it with the side selfie view while you're just like looking off like this, it makes it all the funnier. Did you ever have basketball practice where they came at you with brooms to try to like?
Oh yeah.
Defense.
So I used to nothing like that, but me and my coach used to purposely have our freshmen try to do layups on us, and we would block the shit out of them.
Yeah,
it was so fun.
It's like
yeah.
It's like Shaq when he's with the kids in like the kindergarten.
Yeah.
And he's like playing with him, and some kid tries to shoot something into the trash can. And he's like,
block him. Oh man, it was so much fun. But I can tell you this: my kids out of the Hall of the Freshman League were the best layup. Like the
layup line down.
They could get they just knew how to like adjust to the littler kids than we were, and they'd be like, layup. Our team got so good at like any layup, they would come in and make the most amazing layups because we were blocking the dog shit out of them during practice. Like it was a game thing. Like, all right, time to block y'all.
Then you got to say it worked. It was an effective strategy.
What it was. Do that with your guys. Freshmen, try to block your guys. They'll feel humiliated. They'll make every layup in the game. I guarantee it. Such a fun. I missed that. That's one thing I missed, blocking the shit out of freshmen.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right. Yeah, the broom thing was cool.
And then later in the movie when he's at practice, for some reason, Nick Nolte has a full-on like golf club. Like, what were you chasing around with that? Like, they're like doing
forward, back, back,
and he's
forward,
got a golf club.
side.
Like, is that supposed to make him like try harder? Like, what the fuck is that? I always love it when conversations just pick up from one scene to the next, and it's like we're just supposed to assume that like life went on. Like, so he's at the dinner table. He goes and visits Ricky Rose's house. They're at the dinner table, and Ricky's like, "Yeah, I'm not even really sure I want to go to college." And then the next scene, they're like walking in like the field, and he's like, "So what do you want to do if you don't go to college?" And it's like the next it just picks up. It's like, what happened in that last hour?
A solid 10 minutes.
You guys just didn't address that question until like an hour later. Like, I might have a question about that, but hey, can I have some of these peas actually? Thank you.
We'll talk about it later when we walk together. Right?
I always love when movies do that. Did you see that guy named Slick who brings him? Who's like, let me show you. I got a player you need to see, and he's the one that brings him to Shaq.
Yeah.
That guy's name is Slick. You know what's cool about Amazon Prime is like you could actually pause it and see what the actor's name was. I was doing that a little bit in the movie. Slick's name is actually Silk.
Oh wow.
With a C. Silk Cozart.
Oh wow. I feel like I've seen him in other movies.
He's like that guy. He's like he looks familiar. I feel like I've seen this guy, and he's always playing a guy named Silk or Slick.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that would have been his real name. The Dolphins is such a weak ass name.
Weak. I thought that too, man. What a terrible name.
Did they go? The crowd go like,
yeah, weird.
Again with these fake university names, they can't even have. Why do they always have to have shitty names? Western Texas was the Cowboys. And shitty colors. I mean, they clearly look like they're supposed to be UCLA with like they're being in LA, and they basically had UCLA's uniforms.
Yeah.
But they had UCLA. I'm surprised UCLA wasn't in this movie because that team at that time was awesome. The 95 Bruins are what first made me love March Madness and
that the brothers?
Basketball. Yeah, the O'Bannon brothers.
I remember them.
Tyus Edney, Toby Bailey, Cameron Dollar. I used to love that team, man. That was the first one that like my dad used to take me to those games when I was a kid.
Crazy. That
was what made me love the Bruins and college basketball in general. The recruiting pitch when they bring them all and they do the announcers saying their name.
They raise all their inches by 4 inches each player.
Got nothing from what the pitch they do at He Got Game when Jesus Shuttlesworth goes and visits Big State.
Still have not seen that. I gotta see that.
I mean, come on. He literally do a whole video of Jesus walking on water. Like Jesus Shuttlesworth, he's like walking on water and everybody's like, our Savior. And then Rick Fox brings him to a dorm room that has a couple of prostitutes. So Jesus got a way better experience. Ricky Rowe would have loved that experience.
Rick Fox was in that one and this one?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, crazy.
Rick Fox had a nice little acting career. I think he was
fantastic looking. And
he was a good actor. He was also in Eddie, I think. Yeah.
Oh, we gotta watch that one, dude.
Yeah.
That's another.
You've always
actor.
told me that's another one I haven't seen.
I haven't seen that one in a long time.
So I need to watch Eddie. You need to watch He Got Game. And then, by the way, there's no way that you're getting a better movie out of that than I am, because He Got Game is a way better movie than
No, it
Eddie,
has
I can
Whoopi,
tell you.
dude. It's Whoopi.
And it's not the sell you think it is.
All right, how many more you got, man? How many notes you got running down here?
I mean, that's about it. I can't tell if this movie is bullshitting with the whole grades thing, or if that was a thing they actually like tried to put like as though Shaq needs to get grades to fucking be on the court. Like, you get Shaq on their team, like, get that guy in the fucking game, dude.
Was he in the class like talking shit? Like,
but his grade point average is like, shut the fuck up, dude. He's 7'4", 320 pounds. He will tear down your rim.
Oh yeah.
Like, he needs to get A's. Get the fuck out of here. Like, who is this? That's the thing. This movie has
they're
this
like
whole
they're like tutoring him.
preachiness. Yeah, like he needs to be tutored. Which, by the way, another reason that she's a great ex-wife. Like, she's willing to tutor your player for free.
For
who
free.
really needs it to get onto the court.
That's crazy.
Jenny. Best Jenny in a 94 movie, which is the same year that Forrest Gump came
I gotta
out.
say, I'm giving it to the other Jenny.
What Jenny? Jenny from
Jenny
Forrest Gump?
Gump.
She is a nightmare.
Very dynamic.
Oh my god. She will ruin your life. And meanwhile, Jenny will be like, we could be broken up and you can still stop by whenever you want.
And have some whiskey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's about it. I just feel like I'm
All right. We've rated. We did it. Check it out, guys. March Madness on its way, coming real soon. And then this one does a pretty good job of like giving the playoff atmosphere in certain parts
I
of the movie.
do love that it gets you hyped for college basketball. I feel like it is missing like a big game. Like, it doesn't feel like any of the games are very consequential.
The final game was good.
Yeah, but it was just like a regular season game. But like they said, Indiana's number one.
That's
so
it.
this is a
They had
big
to beat the
game.
top team.
But it wasn't like the championship's on the line. It didn't even feel like it was a tournament game.
Sure, I did think when I first offered this movie and said like we should do Blue Chips, I did think it was a tournament movie.
Yeah, it feels
and
like
I
it should have
completely
been.
was wrong about that. So,
I wanted
my
to
bad.
see what Butch and Neon and Ricky did in the tournament.
Yeah, why
And,
couldn't
like,
you wait till after season to say something?
Yeah, dude, what the
Run
fuck?
with that
It's a
team,
shoe
but like
job.
after season, I'm gonna do it. But let me see if I can win this.
No,
thing.
the guilt was too strong. I'm gonna be an angry grunt.
Go enjoy March Madness, guys. Enjoy some basketball, and that's it. Coming from the Dissect DJs, we will see you.
Where'd my ball go?
On the next one. I got you.
I'm
I
gonna
got
throw
you.
that
Pass
shit
bad
down
boy.
like Neon Budo. Next.